Hi there and welcome to my scrappy place. So this is going to be a bit of a different video today because Creativation has just ended. Today is the 25th of January and we had Creativation in Phoenix until yesterday. And I'm sure that all you crafts lovers out there and scrapbook lovers have been following all the latest videos. I've been binging on videos to try and see what kind of products I'm going to buy this year for my scrapbooking stash, to build on my stash. Now this is going to be a bit of a very personal video because I do know that everybody's got favorites and I have chosen bits and pieces, so I will not show you full collections because I wouldn't really buy a full collection, but I would buy bits and pieces. So I'm going to start with the very first item on my list that I'm absolutely in love with, and this is the Webster's Pages Traveler's Notebooks. Now I personally do own already a lot of these notebooks. Well, I probably have 3. That's a lot for me. And then I do have a Jane Davenport one which I sometimes use, but I saw the new colors and I fell in love with their traveler's notebooks. I know the quality of this product and I know that it's a good product. I've been very pleased with how it stood out over time so far, so I would definitely invest money in buying more of these traveler's notebooks. Now what I'm showing you here is the copper metallic honeycomb, and they do have a traveler's notebook. This is not the traveler's notebook, this is the A5 binder, which I don't think I would buy because once I bought one from Simple Stories and I ended up not using it so much, so I fell in love with the traveler's notebooks more. The faux suede, in my opinion, is absolutely gorgeous. And then they have these pocket-sized traveler's notebooks. Now at first glance I was mistaken because I thought that they were the normal traveler's notebook size, just wider, which would have been amazing. But then I watched a few videos and I realized that they are a smaller size. They do look wider. Maybe they're not as wide as I think they are, but they are on a smaller side. So actually another company which is favored with me is Simple Stories, and they have come out with a traveler's notebook that is slightly wider than the standard size. So you're going to see a quick shot here of, there you go, their traveler's notebooks, and you can actually observe that they have a couple of centimeters on the side that is a bit wider than the Webster's Pages Traveler's Notebook. In my opinion, this is very interesting because I was always looking for something that would give me a little bit more space to embellish and to journal, and I think this will do the trick. So I might end up buying one from the Webster's Pages line and one from the Simple Stories line. I can't even decide on which one I would buy. The Simple Stories ones are just amazing. And then talking about Simple Stories, they have come up again with the I Am collection, which is so popular a few years ago, and I did like the look of this one. It has the colors that I usually like to use, bits of pinks and blues and blacks and the gingham black. Now bits and pieces from other collections that I would consider buying. For example, Chamel came up with a very colorful collection called Box of Crayons. Now looking at the paper, I would personally have problems using most of the paper. I would use it to layer, but I wouldn't use it as like big pieces on my layouts. Maybe I would use it in traveler's notebooks. But I did like these couple of items. The first ones that I showed you were these fabric patches, which we usually put on our jeans. Well, I thought that they would be excellent to decorate the traveler's notebooks and my storage case for when I go on holidays. Then she has this cut-up sheet, which I thought was really cute as well. And if I would buy any one of the papers from her line, it would be this chameleon paper, because I did have chameleons when I was a child, and I do have a few pictures that I would like to scrapbook, but I've never found anything chameleon related. So this I would probably invest in. And then she has this set of title tickers, and as she says in her video, she's very excited about them being in navy blue, because you don't really find a lot of stuff in navy blue. And it's true that navy blue is a color that is very easy to use on layouts at the end of the day, because it's not jet black, it gives a touch of color without, you know, being in your face. Paige Evans in her Pick Me Up collection also came out with navy blue tickers and white stickers. So she's gonna sell them in one package. On one side you're gonna have the navy blue, on the other side you're gonna have the white, and the size looks perfect. Talking about the Pick Me Up collection, I have set my eyes on these puffy stickers. I think they are absolutely delicious. Now, I did like the look of some of the papers from the collection, so I probably would end up buying a few papers from her line. But these puffy stickers are just divine in my opinion. Now, a few more bits and pieces that I would consider buying would be these confetti stickers from the Pebbles line, the Birthday Wishes line. I just think they're cute, and they are the perfect tiny embellishment to finish a page when you're doing a scrapbook page or a traveler's notebook page. Then I also fell in love with the Dear Lizzie vellum paper. Right now, I do not know the name of this collection. It's a very Dear Lizzie. It's got unicorns and it's got a lot of pink and some houses, things that we are accustomed to see with Dear Lizzie. But I did like this vellum paper a lot. Amy Tangerine in her collection, she has this confetti paper. So this confetti paper shines. I couldn't really like take a screenshot where you could see the shine that this has, and I think if I understood well enough, it's an acetate paper, so it's actually transparent. Then there was one item which I said I have to have this, yes or yes, and it's this very, very cute bird from the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection. Now, Maggie Holmes collections, I've always ended up buying a few papers and a few things because her collections are very sweet, they are very feminine, and in particular this bird just made me go crazy. I have to have this, and I'll probably buy a couple of these birds because I want to use one for a clothes item that I might be able to stick on, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do with the other one, but I just fell in love with it. So as you can see, I'm not really focusing on bigger collections, although I will eventually tell you which collections I would buy, if any. And the first one's coming right now. It's the Jan Hatfield Patio Party collection. So what do I like about this one? It's got a lot of wood in it. As she says herself, she gets very inspired by wood. She likes DIY home decor, and her collection's made up of these touches of wood and wood grain, and the phrases that are written down are very homey. It's perfect to document your life at home. Then other collections that have caught my attention. I don't know if I would end up buying these collections or some of the papers, but I thought they were fun and they would like give a different twist to my summer documenting. So this is from Photoplay, and this one's called Paprika, if I'm not mistaken. And I just thought it's gorgeous. The colors are amazing, and the sticker sheet is something that I would consider buying, definitely. Now, you have to be very careful with collections like this because as you can see, the color palette just goes a bit all over the place. So either you're using the same papers from the same line, or you would have to be really careful to find matching colors from other collections that you can use with. Then there's another collection which is called Paper Crane. So the first one was like a Marrakesh feel, and this one is it's got more of a Japanese feel. I do prefer the colors in this one. They are colors that most of us love, right? The pinks and the teals. But there's also a touch of navy blue, which I like a lot. I do like navy blue a lot in scrapbooking. And the sticker sheet is very sweet. There are things that I would be able to use, although I've never had any holidays in Japan. But I actually do like the look of this one. And if I had to pick one paper from this collection that I really like, it would be this one, the one that's coming up now. I think this paper is gorgeous. I would probably try to use a big chunk of that 3 branches paper in one of my layouts, and I would try to make it stand out because it's just gorgeous. The pinks are beautiful. Then another collection which did catch my eye was this Doodlebugs Designs one. It's called Hello. Now, I haven't actually bought anything from Doodlebug, I think, ever. I don't know why. I mean, everybody's got favorites and you kind of tend to steer to one particular style, but this did catch my attention, especially those doodle bobs that you can see, doodle pops, I think they're called, that you can see in the top right hand corner. They are like layered stickers. They are big stickers, and I would consider buying something like that to decorate like the front cover of my traveler's notebooks. I think they would stand out on something like this. But I do think I could work with the colors as well. When you look at the colors, there are the colors that I mentioned previously, the navy blue, the pinks, the teals, that I like. I did like the sticker sheet as well of this one because it's got like a little ukulele, and there's a scooter. There are a lot of summery bits, leaves and flowers, and the typewriter, the telephone. So I think this could be very playful, very interesting to use in my summer layouts. What else can I say about this? I'm telling you, I haven't ever bought anything from Doodlebug, so it would be a first for me to buy stuff from Doodlebug. And as I said, I think doing this, not sticking to one collection, but buying bits and pieces from different collections, allows you to have the feeling that you're getting more for your money, because you end up having like a big variety of things to work with. And if you have a bit of experience, even if you don't, some people are just born with the ability to put things together nicely. I admit, when I started scrapbooking, I used to buy perhaps the Fancy Pants designs. They used to come with really good kits, collection packs. So you would get the paper, you would get the sheet of stickers, and you would have it all basically to create your pages and your projects. And it was comfortable up to a point, but then I tended to steer towards the same kind of papers, and then I used to have a lot of leftovers of stuff that I didn't end up using. So yeah, this way I get to have the best of all the worlds that I see that I like. And Pebbles have a baby line. Now, I couldn't get my hands on good pictures because they've just come out. They're not even updated on the blogs yet, so I had to take screenshots of what I saw. But the baby line I thought was just gorgeous. There are a lot of bits and pieces in this line, like the puffy stickers were especially cute in my opinion. So you have sheep, you have bunnies, and even if you don't do anything baby related, it would be very easy to use these items. Although I did think, I mean, if I ever got pregnant again, I would love to have a line like this to work with. And then we have Webster's Pages. Now, Webster's Pages have been my favorite company in the past couple of years, and I did like the look of this line, although it's not as showy as the other collections that I've showed you. This one called my attention. It's called My Happy Place. So you can see how different it is. You have on one side those cat unicorns, or whatever you call them, and on the other side you have like watercolor figures, and I think they're just gorgeous. So this paper, I would probably cut out some of the cats and use them as they are. And then Pink Fresh Studios. Now this one, I wouldn't buy any papers, but I did like the look of these embellishments. So I don't even know which ones are the stickers. These are probably the die cuts. This collection, I did like the embellishments. These frames look like they're very interesting to use because they have a bit of gold. If I had to stick to one collection, it would be this one, the BU collection. Again, the navy blue, the pink, and the teal. and I think there are patterns that are very easy to use. I do think that you get your money's worth with Pinkfresh. The quality of the paper is really good, and when you buy things like puffy stickers, you don't get a small sheet of puffy stickers, you get a lot of puffy stickers. And these two are my favorite papers. This is probably the favorite paper, my favorite paper from everything I've seen from Creativation so far. I think it's gorgeous. I would definitely fussy cut out all those squares and try to use them in a lot of things. I'm in love with this paper. I just totally love it. And then the embellishments, probably we're looking at the die cuts, I'm not very sure. And I did like the quotes and the things that the die cut said. They are very generic, so you can use them for a lot of different things that you want to document. The wooden buttons, they're a favorite. They came out a few years ago. I think Chimel was the first one who had them, maybe? I don't know. But they are the perfect final touch to any project that you're doing. And then they have this funny collection. It's called the Blah, yeah, something has to do with blah day, and it's hilarious. So the things that you see in this collection, it's different. If you want to make your pages stand out, or you want to document something really personal, this collection will definitely help you out. Then another thing that called my attention were these stamps. Now Paige Evans has these tiny letter stamps, and Dear Lizzie as well. And the first time that I bought something similar was from the Crate Paper Oasis collection from last year. They came up with a small stamp set, which I think I had it here. I'm not very sure. No, I don't know where I have it. But I found that it was very useful in my traveler's notebooks when I had to make a title, and tickers just add a lot of volume to the traveler's journal. These stamps are great. So you buy a few inks of the colors that you're using, with the pattern paper that you're using, and you have titles. So this, for example, is the Dear Lizzie one. It's a thin font, and the other one was a kind of thicker font. And then let's talk about tools and other bigger items. So I usually think twice about buying tools, because at the end of the day they take up a lot of space, and if you don't have a lot of space to work in, whatever you buy adds to the bulk. But this label maker, I fell in love with it when I saw it, and I think it's going to sell at a very good price. So it's your old-fashioned like Dymo label maker, and the good thing about this is that you can change the dial, and they have a big font and that thin font, and they are offering this with different labels as well. There's a wood grain, and I think it's very interesting, and it's gonna have an interesting price. And then they had this thing, so I would think twice about buying this or not. It looked great, but probably it takes up too much space. And it's basically a storage container for little things. You twist it on top, and you get a lot of places to put all your little bits and pieces, and I just thought it was cute. So that's all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this list of my favorite bits and pieces from Creativation Show 2018. And I hope that this inspires you to make your own videos about your own favorites, about the products that we're going to be buying this year. And I'll see you next time. Bye!